What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, we're continuing our top 5 songs episodes, and we're going to do Rancid. And because we got a few comments that nobody liked the rules where we were only doing one per album, we got rid of that rule for this episode and the next one. So we're going to have multiple songs from a couple albums, maybe, if those are our actual favorites. So, Lewis, you weren't a part of the Rancid tier list this time around. You know, they released another album, so maybe we're going to redo it. But overall, how hard was it for you to pick out your 5 favorite Rancid tracks?
Well, you know my feelings on later Rancid, I guess. I guess everything post Indestructible, but those first 5 records are like 5 of my favorite records of all time, right? So very, very hard to pick. But I think I have some winners here. So I'm really curious to see what your shakeouts be too, because I know we kind of have similar tastes. So maybe we'll have some crossover.
Yeah, there was 2 on your list that I had strongly considered, but I think I went another way with both of them. We'll see. But as to what you said before, yeah, the first 5 albums are all great, and I kind of like the last one too. I think the last one will be my number 6 Rancid album if we ever redo the tier list. But I'll get things started here. My first favorite Rancid song is going to be Maxwell Murder, first track from Out Come the Wolves. And I think the reason I like this song, I don't know if you're going to agree with this song, it sounds more to me like it would belong on Let's Go, which is my favorite Rancid record, than a lot of Out Come the Wolves. And, you know, Out Come the Wolves is a great album, but this is the one that stands out most for me. It's like the fastest song on the record. You know, the singles are great too, but when I go to Out Come the Wolves, it's always a start from the beginning. So any thoughts on this one?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's an amazing song, right? It's one of the most memorable, album starters ever. I just love that kind of wind, wispy, whatever it is in the beginning, kind of coming in.
Oh, yeah.
It just kind of sets the mood for the whole album. It's awesome.
All right. So what do you got for your first pick here?
All right, going a little bit differently, a little different route. I'm going with Hoover Street off of Life Won't Wait. Life Won't Wait, I think, is Matt's favorite Rancid album, if I remember. He really loves it. Drew Banton and whoever's on there, right? Is that why he loves it? I forget. It's a deep cut to your old review. But Hoover Street, I mean, is to me sounds like one of the most unique Rancid songs. I don't know. So it always stood out to me. I love the slow parts. I love how it kicks in. I love the subject matter. Just it felt like a dark song. It's always stuck in my mind. It's kind of like a real earworm for me. So it's definitely got to be one of my picks for my top 5. So do you have any thoughts on this one, John?
I don't have a single song from Life Won't Wait on my top 5. I thought I was, but I remember this is the one that has like Glass Pipe Murder, right?
Yeah.
I remember you guys singing this one constantly, but I think my favorite track is actually 1998 from this one. But I mean, Hoover Street's a great song, so no issues there for me.
It's a glass pipe murder. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Number 2, by the way, mine's in no particular order. I don't know about you. It's just top 5. A song I've said is my favorite Rancid song, so it's got to go on here. I'm doing Harry Bridges off of Let's Go. I don't know, man. Something about this chorus, I just really like it. It's just like such a good sing along. And when I hear people talk about Let's Go, I very rarely hear them talk about this. And I don't think I've ever seen Rancid play this live, so I don't know if it's a deep cut or what. But it's just always been a song that I listened to on Let's Go. I think I've got at least 2 on Let's Go, but this is going to be my first one I'm picking here. So what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, yeah, I think it's a little bit of a deep cut, but that whole album is pretty incredible. This one definitely stands out. Anyway, it's a great song, so I think it's another pick.
All right, so
I'll jump into my second one, I guess. Yeah, so I think it's mine, and also mine is in no particular order. I just kind of picked it random, but My number 2 is I'm going Wolves this time, and we're doing Journey to the End of the East Bay. I feel like this was like I always felt like this was like Rancid's theme song. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I guess it is, right? So, but obviously details the story of Operation Ivy. It was always a song that really connected with me. I love Op Ivy as well, so it was kind of fun to hear it. Love the riffs, love the lyrics, and this was always one that really got the crowd like. This was like one that was really big whenever they had a live show and the whole crowd singing. It was great. So I know you like this song. Anything to add about this one?
So this is the first one I was talking about that I originally planned on putting on my list. Yeah, I love this song. I even like the cover that H2O did. But this is top 3 on Out Come the Wolves for me easily. Great song.
Started in 87 and then in 89. We got a Corrado and every play any time.
I'm gonna move us into my next one. I'm gonna pick Poison off of Rancid 2000. I was going back and forth between Poison, It's Quite Alright, and Let Me Go. But this one, I like the chorus on this one. It's another fast one, but it's got really catchy parts to it. I think Rancid 2000 is, I think I had it as my second favorite Rancid album, which I think still holds true. The last great Rancid record. So, Lewis, I don't think you have. Oh yeah, you do. But
I do.
What are your thoughts on Poison here?
This is like Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, right? This is that song, if I'm remembering. Yeah, this song is awesome. Yeah, I mean, you know my feelings about this album too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I had this in my CD player like nonstop for like at least like a month. It just totally rips. It became this album also became our anthem on a trip to South Carolina, like a few years later too. So yeah, an incredible record. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna have a dark horse pick in this one that you're not gonna agree with, but I like it. So
Some people are poison when the Mexican like opium, and I was there in their eyes to annoy them.
all right, let me go with my third one. We're going with maybe actually I should say this is Rancid's theme song. I picked the very ones that are very associated with the band, but it's Radio. What a good song. I mean, it lent itself to be a really good cover by NoFX as well, which I really enjoy. We should talk about that split. I think we have to talk about that split again when we do the rankings. Really good. I mean, what's to say about Radio? That hasn't been said 1,000 times before. Fantastic song. It always stood out as a really strong one off that album. And I love this one live as well because that really gets the crowd into it, sing along. So one of the best parts about Rancid shows is like 90% of the crowd knows the lyrics, which is pretty awesome. So I don't know, John. I mean, obviously you like Radio.
Yes.
Thoughts?
This was a lock for my list, man. I took it off and I picked another one from Let's Go, but probably my second favorite Rancid song. And I think this is the one that was co-written by Billy Joe, too. So yeah, it's a banger. Probably my second favorite Rancid song. So awesome pick.
When I got the music, I got a place to go.
So what I replaced it with is Salvation off the same album. One of the first songs I ever learned to play on the guitar because it's one of the most simple punk rock songs you can, possibly learn. But it's simple but effective. It's just like a great 3-chord punk song, big catchy chorus. Again, off Let's Go, which probably has a bad song. I think there's like 20 tracks, but off the top of my head, I can't think of one. So Salvation's probably my number 3 song on there. So I'm going to slot it in here at number 2-ish. Again, no particular order. Lewis, Salvation, would it have sniffed your top 5?
Yeah, it's a great song. I couldn't remember. I thought you didn't like this song, but is it Tenderloin that you don't like?
No, I like Tenderloin too.
Okay, maybe we were just young. I recall us having a conversation once about this, but yeah, Salvation's awesome. I mean, exactly for all the points you said. It's simple, straightforward, but hits all the like this. I mean, these 2 albums and these 3-4 albums are like unstoppable. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous when you think of all the tracks. one song on this album we're probably never going to talk about is Motorcycle Ride, because that's like proto, what's it called? Out Come the Wolves. It does time, it does Time Bomb lyrics. I know that. So, but we'll come back to it. You know I'm right. It does.
Yeah.
So. Number 4 for me, Dark Horse off of Rancid 2000. I am going with Black Derby Jacket, as sung by the bassist, who does not have a great voice, you know. But no, I know this is Matt Freeman. I mean, he's obviously got a very distinct voice, a lot different than the other guys in the band. But there's always at least like one Matt song.
Yeah.
At least he's doing pretty strong vocals. Whatever, Black Derby Jacket. I mean, I just love the structure of this song. I love the melody. Like this one really always stood out to me as a really strong one on 2000. And I think also it was kind of fun because 2000 is such a hard record, right? And then you get to like Matt Freeman's track, and this felt a little bit softer than the other stuff, which was an interesting change from a lot of Rancid records. So Black Derby Jacket, I'm going all in on this. I know you don't like Freeman ones, but you know, we'll see what you think on this one.
Yeah, you know, like when Tomorrow Never Comes, when the title track came out, I was telling you, I was like, damn, dude, Rancid may be back. And you're like, really? It's like a pretty strong Matt track. But yeah, I don't love Black Derby Jacket. It's probably like one of my least favorites on the album. But I mean, it's still a decent song. It's still Rancid, so no issues. So I'll lead us into my last one here. I've got Rats in the Hallway off Rancid 1993. And I was trying to think of this right before we started. I think this was on a Punkorama somewhere along the way. It was like one of the first Rancid songs I heard outside of like the singles. And for some reason, like it just always resonated with me. I love the guitar in the beginning. It's just, you know, it's crazy fast. You got Matt's wild bass all throughout. It's just a badass track, simple, straightforward punk rock song. But for me, it's the clear standout on the first self-titled. So I'm putting it in there at my number 1, no particular order, Rancid song. Lewis, any thoughts on Rats in the Hallway?
I mean, yeah, it's a good one. I'll be honest, Rancid 1 is by far my least favorite of the first 5.
Okay,
so, but like, not, I still like, you know, so I never really connected with it, and I rarely go back to listen to it, but it is still a pretty good record, and this is a good choice, so no complaints. All right, I didn't pick self-titled 1. I went back to an old friend in Out Come the Wolves and picking the track. And I mean, this is another fantastic one. I don't know. Was this one a single? I don't think so, but I feel it could have been, or maybe it was used in a soundtrack or something. But this one's super catchy. We've used it, I think, in I guess the song.
Yeah.
I just love the structure of this song. It's a great Tim song, great kind of mid riff. Nothing really much to say else about it, but I love it. So, John, old friend, any thoughts?
I could be wrong, but it's like the lone like ska-ish song that we picked, right? On the whole list.
I think, yeah, Hoover Street's not even very that ska, and that album's pretty ska. So
yeah,
so I'm probably not right. Yeah.
I'm glad you snuck it in, and you're right. Like I think you gave this to Dylan, right? And he got it on Guess the Song,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty solid. Like I don't know if I would have gotten it off the clip that you played. I remember being pretty surprised, but yeah. Another banger off Out Come the Wolves. We didn't pick any of the singles, I think. No Roots Radical, no Ruby Soho, no Time Bomb. All awesome songs, but continuing our little a trend here. Of some deep cuts.
Good morning, honey. You're like an old friend. Come and see me again. Good morning, honey. You're like an old friend.
But Lewis, were there any that just barely missed your top 5 that you want to shout out?
Oh god, yeah. What's it called? Oh my god, you're gonna put me on the spot now. So I forget the name of the track. Rwanda off of. Is it Rwanda off of?
That's on 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was just called Rwanda. You know, I love that song. And I mean, pretty much anything off of 2000 we could have picked. Out Come the Wolves. I think we covered all the meaty territory. So I don't know. What about you?
It was 2000 for me too. It was Antennas, which is another awesome one.
Yeah, of course. I'm stupid. I think that too.
It's quite all right. And then like I always like Radio Havana too off that one. And then yeah, I'm
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down, Let Me Go. Yeah, like just 2000 is full of good ones. But the I took off 1998 and I added in Salvation. I was gonna have one from each, but I just definitely like Salvation better. So that's it. Those are the ones that sniffed it were all in 2000. So tells me I got to listen to Rancid 2000 more, but that's going to do it. Got a little bit of a surprise one after this. We're going to do top 5 Sublime songs. Lewis has been requesting it, so we're going to do that one next. If you guys have any suggestions or any bands you want us to do, make sure you join the Discord and hit the YouTube section over there, because I've been taking some suggestions from there, especially if you've got an idea for October, November's tier list. We're going to be talking about it there. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.